Welcome to Playful Podcast, your guide into the underground scene where we discover topics on kink and electronic music every week. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on our next episode. We are excited to be here today with DJ, producer, label owner and creative Allien, Allien. In this conversation we speak about having grown up in West Berlin and how the city changed, who she was as a teenager and how the journey looked before being able to work with music full time, living in a squat and working in a record store. We also speak about the change of the techno scene as well as about her knee injury and how switching from alcohol to weed helped her heal and much more. Let's get to it. I am Amanda and this is Playful Podcast. If you would describe yourself using 3 words, what would you say?
In 3 words, I would say I'm a very curious person. Also curious. I'm curious. I like to fly, and I like to understand things around me in my way.
Yeah. Very, very smart. Especially the last one felt so like describing in a way I haven't heard before. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah. Do you think that you were the same person as a teenager? Or who were you in school?
I think no. I mean, there are some some parts of me, of course. There's it's still me since I'm born. I mean, this is me, but I changed also in the way I adapted because of my lifestyle, and yeah, and I do that. I think every day a little bit because I think the human being is influenced by everything around us, and things also we don't see. Yes.
Yeah. So in school, some people are the in kids or the cool ones in the class, or the quiet ones, or the people who are nerdy. Who were you, would you say?
I think as a kid I was a bit shy, but if it was about doing what I wanted, or maybe I remember one thing in school. One guy pushed me really strong, and there was always, in this age, back in the days, there was always this competition between girls has to have the role of the girl, and the guys were always the stronger guys that can decide things. And one guy, he pushed me very strong, and then I was thinking that's enough now. I don't want that the guy is pushing me anymore or treating me bad because they're stronger. So I took his hand, turning him around me in the classroom like this, and let the hand
let loose,
that he can fell by himself a little bit, not really strong, very lightly. But it was enough that the guys let me in peace.
Oh. Okay.
So I was shy, but on the other way, I liked as a kid always to be fair because the way I grew up with my sister, and we have a big family around, aunts and cousins. So I grew up with my sister in one room for many years. So I learned to be very early to share things and to be social. So, yeah.
Is it little sister or older sister?
She's older than me, and we are very different also. But we are very close to each other.
Yeah, I think you also mentioned her before, that she's very pure-hearted, I think you said.
Yeah, she's a pure heart, and it's also so nice every time we meet each other. It's we know her so well. you know. Family is like, they know you from the beginning, you know, when you're born. I mean, my sister. So I not from the beginning, but so they know everything. So this is very beautiful.
Yeah.
I think so. There's no show, there's nothing you have to hide, or it's you and the person and direct on the point, you know.
Yeah.
In the conversation or talking about things that are very important for us directly.
Yeah, without filters
and very intense conversations. Yeah, it's good to have a sister.
Yeah.
Or brother or whatever.
Yeah, but I always connect you with like a channel for freedom. Like within you are like, you feel there's something about you that feels like freedom loving, and also through your music it's like lifting that kind of energy to me. And do you think that because since you also grew up in West Berlin and have been like not able to maybe feel so free always, or did you feel free even there?
Okay, I'm from the west side, so I seen the wall coming down, blah blah. And I felt very much in the prison in Berlin. I felt not free, because when you pass by the wall, it was very military and very aggressive. So also in the city, they in the parks or in the forests, they made military school or exercises. So many times I could hear guns or whatever trainings. So I felt the first time in peace, I think, when the wall came down. And then everything changed for me.
Yeah.
My feeling to the city, or the vibe of the city. My friends changed. My behaviors.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Do you think that it was important then for you to never feel like closed, you know, like in a prison again, to feel free and to be able to make, you know, be in charge kind of?
I think the way I grew up in Berlin with war surrounded, I'm searching always for freedom, and I want to give also people freedom to tell me what they think, or they can do whatever they want, at least if they're not hurting around them, you know, or something. So for me, it was very important to build up my own island, or with a community, I would say. It's not my own, it's a community what I'm doing. And to stay with people, or being surrounded by creative people where we can exchange ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. And this, I think it's very important for me because of the history of Berlin. And also, I'm not the person waiting for something. I don't ask so much people, do this for me or that or this. So I make things happen in the way I am.
Yeah.
And how I do it, I don't know, but it's,
yeah.
I think if naturally instinct, and I don't know, maybe not so aggressive.
Yeah, you have a
lifestyle. My lifestyle is not so aggressive, I would say.
Just traveling the world every week. But yeah.
But this is something blooming.
Yeah.
Traveling for me is recovering the world and meeting people, talking with them by dinner, or
it's a different kind of stress. Like it's not stressful.
It's more understanding the world, what's going on, because something it's written in the newspaper or what you see in TV or whatever is not what really happened often in countries. So for me, it's very important to go in these countries, seeing what's going on and exchanging with the people of our community, art community, what's going on there. I want to know what's going on in the world. So for me, traveling is a part, not only a part of my life, of my job. It's a part of seeing the wonderful world. And Mother Earth is so beautiful. And on the other side, there's a lot of mess going on, what people doing, or beautiful things, whatever. So I want to know that.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit with my ass in Berlin all the time. No, thank you.
No, but you mentioned...
I don't want to be surrounded by a wall again.
No, exactly. I cannot even imagine how that must be like, but I think it's just I don't know. I just feel that maybe it's also the reason why you can create such a freedom feeling through your music, you know? That maybe the bad things there made you like develop the strong energy to give that.
I think something else. When I look back, when I was a child, I have all these memories for birthdays or when we put on record home and my mother started dancing, and it was like this moments of happiness, you know, when you sing the songs, on the radio comes a song and then we sing, and it's like or my sister shows me records, you know, and then we listen to this, or I listen after school to this music, and then I start putting dresses on and try to be a pop star singing, you know, playing this, what we all did, you know. And so when I remember when I was a child, it made me always happy, music, you know. And it was always a possibility for me to jump into another world, in my own world. So, and it's still like this. When I play my favorite music I love and mix them together in a different way I never did maybe before, I just fly high, like the highest drug I can have. Mixing sounds together, I never mixed maybe. Vocals, I play a lot of vocals, melodies, so constantly I'm thinking like, okay, where I'm going to go now? So, and it's so uplifting tones for my brain. It's a kind of addiction.
But
it's my own addiction. I just live.
Yeah. It's clear that you love it. Like you breathe it. It's like within every...
I think it's addiction.
Yeah. But you still choose to have your base in Berlin still to this day. What would you say is the best part of this city?
I mean, of course, here's my family, and best part of the city are the people here. That's why I always come back, because if I stay in other places longer, I miss my Berliners and that kind of persons I meet here. It's more modern, it's more open-minded, it's more queer. It's like so many people come here to feel free or finding themselves or whatever they're searching for. And I love that. I like also to go in clubs and see different people all the time, not always the same. So in Berlin constantly the scene changes a bit because people move in and out. And yeah, new artists moving always here. So we are signing from Beach artists that just moved here, having their own life stories and their own idea of creating sounds. I think, the music and the people the club scene keeps me here. Otherwise, I would live in a country or in a place with a sea in front of me.
Yeah.
I miss so much the sea here. That's the only thing I'm missing.
I agree, especially in the summer.
In the summer,
in the winter too, actually.
Winter too, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time I have to go somewhere where there's the sea.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. But
for work, for me, it's here the base, my working base. Also here, it's the best place to make music here. Here I can be creative. Yeah, I don't know why this. I think because Berlin is not so beautiful, and then I need something to do, which makes it more beautiful, and then it's music. Or meeting my friends and eating together.
Yeah. So the energy when the wall came down, you have been speaking a little bit about before. Do you think somehow that the Berlin today has part of the same energy as it did back then?
No, it's completely different. Back in the days, you meet the same people in the bar, you meet the same people in the club, always same faces. And then one point the scene collapsed a little bit because there was a sellout with Love Parade, and club scene became a little bit smaller. And new people moved to Berlin, brought good energy. Clubs became more busy again. And all these creative people moved here, are part of Berlin now, of the new Berlin. And for me nowadays, I prefer Berlin now than back in the days. Because back in the days, what everybody thinks, like, oh, this techno community was so, there was also a sellout more than now, with the Love Parade and Mayday and Low Spirit, chart music, yeah, happy core in the charts. So, or trance music in the charts, in the German dance charts, yeah. And so for me now, how the club design has a standard now. It's on such a high level of clubbing. It's just congratulations all promoters, club owners, and dreamers to do that.
You also mentioned your community and everything that you have that is here in Berlin, with the label and everything. And something that you are doing so great is that you lift also young or newer producers, and find new talents and bring them on like with you. Was there ever a time when you were a new producer that someone helped, like brought you with them to their up?
Yeah, I had, I think for every artist, it's important to have good advisors. Whoever it is, your friend, your manager, or your agent, or other artists. So I think the first advices which were really important, or a good school for me, was Hardwax, where I bought all my records. Because they had always a good catalog of music. And I had very good talks there also when I picked up a not so cool record. Allien, here's a better one, because this one, somebody sampled this and that, So I had really good teachers. And then I worked also in a record shop, Delirium. I learned a lot there. Kid Paul was running this record store. E-Work, Tresor, Dimitri was my techno mentor. I was living in the squad next to the bar he was running back in the days with Achim Kohlenberger. And I started working there as a barkeeper to pay my school.
How old were you then?
Very young.
Very young, yeah.
Young.
Amazing. Yeah.
I can't remember, young.
Yeah.
Teenager,
yeah.
Just out of teenaging age. And so I worked there. He taught me a lot, and all the time still. I mean, still.
It's so amazing.
Still, there are so many people I'm talking with, or we exchange things. Also with my flatmate Miro, when we talk about music and we're sitting on the sofa and talking about this track or that track, or I listen to his podcast, or he asked me, we are having a conversation about music. It's art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also in art is important to have also people where you have a discourse, where you not maybe confirm what they're saying, and you have a longer conversation about things. And I mean, there are many things to talk now. in our big music scene now.
Yeah. We have now come to the part of the podcast where we get to listen to Ellen's master tips, where she shares how she creates and prepares her sets, where she finds music today, what she does when lacking inspiration, and her best tips for new producers who are looking to make it. This is extra. Go to patreon.com/playfulmagazine. When you are looking for new artists and producers, what's something that you think about or that is important for you?
I mean, we are not really searching. It comes through the way. If you listen to music, we want to hear something which is not the copy of the copy, maybe. But this is hard to say because everything was there. The 9 exists since ever, and it has to be. It has to have a spirit. You know, I can hear if the track is made fast to do something like something exists already, or if something made artistically, I can hear that. I don't know how I do that, but I think I can hear that. And I want to hear the person, you know, I want to hear something which catches me, which makes me dreamy or whatever, opens the emotion in me. Yeah.
And speaking of that, what is like a sound that you think is missing at this time? Or like,
if there's missing something, I would do it.
okay, fair enough.
So, you know, I constantly playing edits because I miss this. Yeah. I don't find the music really, like, sometimes I want to play and then I find a way to play something I want. So
yeah.
For example, I love vocals, so I play a lot of edits with vocals, making techno versions, and just to play what I love, what I'm missing. Also when I play, I miss this. And so, or also when I go in the club, sometimes I think, oh wait, this is not coming now, and.
But the scene is like becoming. You also talked about the
commercial, commercial, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Of the scene that it was also during the lab parade in the 90s also, but it's also like the scene is evolving a lot very rapidly right now also.
Also, I think we have to categorize. Also, there's a club scene, there's a rave scene, I would say, maybe illegal parties, yeah. Those are raves, I would say, illegal parties. And then there are club DJs or more underground DJs, and there are commercial DJs now. They have a setup to grow fast and to play all these big festivals because I like that. And they have a community of these people around them, and they enjoy that. And so we have completely different scenes. For me, in my case, I'm searching for communities. I like to create communities. I like to I need to be a part of a community. This is for music. If I'm too isolated, I feel not good.
Yeah.
I can't think only about myself. It's not in my character. No. I'm not a narcissist. So, I think at the moment there is everything there in the scene. We just have to find spaces where we can create, maybe finding studios where we make music, or finding places where we can open clubs or record shops. This is very important that we have space. And until now we have space. Let's hope, we will find always space. If it's not in the center of Berlin, it will be a little bit more outside. But around Berlin, it's a lot of space still. Yeah. You don't have to, people moving to Berlin saying always to me, oh, the rent is so expensive. I said, you know what? You don't have to live in the middle of Berlin. If you want to move to Berlin, you have to be apart from Berlin. You have to build something also in Berlin. So go in another, maybe a bit outside of the center and build something for the city, make it more beautiful in this area. You know, you can't think you live in the center where everything is, restaurants, everything is settled, that the rent is low. It's not possible in a big city. I mean, this is a dream. You know, then go a little bit outside, and their space.
Yeah, and I love that, like giving back and help to create something, but not just come to a place and, you know, and expect it to be served. Like, you know, I think that's...
Yeah, expect to be served. Yeah, here's my yoga studio. There's my cafe. I can drink my coffee. Everything is settled. I pay 500 euros. I mean... we are living in the capitalism, and if there's everything structured, of course, ciao. There's not much space. Everybody wants to live there. But there's so many nice places. Also, I mean, there were RSOs. I like this area. There's a lot of space still, and
it sure is a lot of space.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And it's actually central.
Yeah, it's central.
Yeah. Do you have any fears for the scene?
Fears? No. I think important is when you feel fear, maybe you're not active enough. Yeah, when I feel fear, this means you don't move on. Yeah. And if you feel fear, I think you need to do something to help the scene or to be in your community and build something up. Yeah. And as long as we have communities, we run our parties by ourselves anyways. I mean, maybe you fear for it's getting too big.
Yeah, you're right. It's actually...
I don't know. What is... it's electronic music. It's Madonna has a 909 in her tracks 808 since ever in pop music.
Yeah.
Many DJs playing pop music in their techno sets, and they call it techno, and it's a mess of Britney Spears, Madonna bullshit, and they call it techno or hardcore or whatever. And then they're talking about it's getting too big. I don't know who said that, but I can understand maybe if you like your small community, but there is always a small community. Maybe the big community breaks. Yeah, I think this more, you know, that goes maybe more in other directions. Maybe away from techno. Maybe tech house is getting bigger. Or maybe different kind of electronic genres techno DJ wouldn't play. I think with techno, I go to many punk concerts, nice venues here in Berlin, 300 capacity, and they exist since ever, you know. SS36 is there since ever. And it's open 6 times each week. With events, and I think if you have fear, then you have to move on.
It stuck with me what you said, like that you're being passive. If you have fear, you're being too passive. You need to move.
Too passive. Yeah, maybe too lazy, or you can't move on because maybe a little bit depressed.
Yeah.
Feelings. Many people I know are very depressed. And they can't move on. This is very sad. But I think in Berlin we have so many little events here and there. You don't have to go in the big clubs here. You can go every weekend, 5 times each week, and you can party 5 times each week here in Berlin. Yeah,
you were blessed.
Yeah, no name parties.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Also wanted to talk about, because I know that you injured your foot a year ago, or was it 2 years ago?
Oh. What happened?
You injured your foot?
My knee.
Your knee it was.
My knee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But you said that you healed you healed so quickly. And you also like stopped drinking.
Yeah.
And it was like you were like kind of changing your lifestyle a little bit, no?
No, I mean, it was after Corona. I played at Third Room in Essen, a warehouse. It was really dark. And on the way to the DJ booth, there was something on the way, something holding the lights, and I fell over. And it was not with lightning. I didn't see it. And to hold myself, I had to jump on my knee, not to fall with my head on the monitoring. So I was in front of Fates Fatal, like this, like a Käfer. Like insect, it's falling on the back. Ellen, you have to play. It's time. I'm lying on the floor. I said, I can't, screaming, ambulance, because I put my trousers up, looking on my knee. I couldn't move it because it was hurting like antlers. Looking, and there was one bone here and one bone there. I said, okay, I broke something. So ambulance came. Then I took. The ambulance said, okay, we can do the operation. It was Monday morning. You can do the operation. We can do the operation on Thursday in Essen. Thursday? I said, if I would do it here and I would go back to Berlin, it hurts more, no? And the ambulance, yeah, then it's not good to move so much. I said, okay, do we have maybe ambulance to bring me to Berlin? They said, no, we don't have. I said, okay, then I take taxi.
What city were you in?
In Essen. Then I
took
a taxi. With my knee broken.
Alone? No, you had a girlfriend.
Alone.
Oh my god. Morphine?
They gave me something.
Oh, thank God, at least.
They gave me something, yeah. But it was possible to travel like that. So I called my boyfriend and then my booker. My booker said, my agent said, I know somebody in a hospital in Charité, a doctor, and then I went there and everything was good. Yeah. So, and then I had to stay home for 3 months or something. I stopped alcohol. I started smoking joints. And it was feeling quite well that I could play. After, I don't know when I started playing. There was Corona between again and then I started playing. But I have to say, this was not a nice experience. And so kids take care in clubs when it's dark.
And the people who are organizing the lights and the cables, make sure they're not dangerously put.
Yeah, this was a little bit...
Yeah. Yeah, but okay. And do you think that stop drinking alcohol is also something that helped you, or like start smoking weed, that it helped the body heal quicker also?
Yeah, of course, alcohol is, for me, it's very funny. I love tequila. Makes me very funny. But it's, I felt when I had a red wine and my knee was swollen next day. You know, and every time I didn't drink, it was better. So then, of course, I stopped drinking, and now I don't drink so much anymore. I love smoking when I play now. I smoke joints, good hashish, and it makes me very feeling nice, like trippy, with the music and then the lights, flying around, and I feel very, I feel more me.
Yeah.
Then with alcohol, sometimes I think it's, I'm losing it, my feelings also.
You go more outside or like up in the top of the head and not so deep in the body, right?
Yeah, it's more hysteric.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
I mean, it's fun, but I prefer smoking now. And also this cheap alcohol in clubs I don't like so much. Doesn't taste good. So, yeah. If they have a good tequila, it's okay. So hashish is, I think they should legalize it. I think this is medicine. Because I feel also I don't need to smoke every day. It don't make me so addictive, like alcohol. I smoke when I feel I'm more like maybe nervous or I went to Berghain and then I took on Sunday and then we had a little Gummibärchen with grass from LA. Like, this was really good, only half. And then Ruby played, Rubinstein, and it was really good.
Great memories. You're selling it.
Yes, it should be legalized in Berlin, in Germany, everywhere in the world.
Yeah. It feels like you're also, or I think we have spoken about this sometime, like that you're like, you can feel energies very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you believe you were always sensitive to, various energies, or is something that you learned?
I think I had this always, like I can also as a kid. But of course, I think the music opened more channels as an artist, also the way I'm living, because everything I'm doing, I mean, back in the days, I worked with my body a lot, like acrobatics and stuff. So I'm a very physical person, and I feel energies very fast in the room. If there's bad or good energy, I think I'm born like that. And of course, trained from playing music, being with so many different people from the world, I learned a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm just also learning.
Yeah. When you enter a club and you feel the energy is low, are you confident that you can bring it up, or are you ever like, oh, this is heavy, this is difficult? Or
as it's up to the moment. If I'm tired, I'm not able to stay there, and I leave because it makes me more tired. Heavy vibes. Sometimes I go in clubs because I played 3 times or 2 times, and when I go out in clubs, it's Sunday in Berlin, and mostly I played already. And then sometimes I'm very tired, but if I want to go out, I go, and if it's heavy, I leave. Or if I'm not tired and it's heavy, I change it.
You change it?
Yeah, I change it with my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
We have fun anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on. We are in our groups, and
Yeah. But when you play yourself and you you enter the club from that angle instead, and you feel it's like heavy, and you are there to like, do you feel that do you feel that you expect from yourself to change the energy in the whole room with your music, or do you feel sometimes that, wow, this is gonna be like?
You mean when I play?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, yeah. Sometimes I enter the club. I mean, every time I enter the club, I going around and absorbing the vibes, and then I think how I gonna change it. Also, so it's sometimes I play harder from the beginning than the other, or I go down to change something completely music-wise, because I have to clean it up first.
Like an alchemist.
Yeah. It's up to the situation, yeah. And also how the club design is built. It's often also, it's a high ceiling, low ceiling, what kind of structure the club has on the walls, how is the lighting. Often I tell the lightman, please stop the pink light and no white light. Red only. I can't. It makes me very nervous if I have nervous lights when I play. It kills completely often the vibe. Light. And if it reminds me a discotheque, then it's over for me.
Yeah.
Like pink, many people use pink light now, or blue and white. And for me, it's a sign of discotheques.
Yeah.
Also the way they play it sometimes. Then they ask for one color light. But they change anyway then when they want. They make it 1 hour and then oh, please. Can you turn off the lights, please, again?
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, you gotta have you gotta know what you work with a little bit. Like they're gonna help a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, what you asked, the question is very, very important also for every DJ. What do you have in your mind to change? What do you want to say when you play? You know, I mean, are you playing the hits of the last 2 months? Yeah, or you make a big research before you have shows and do something amazing, what not everybody does. And so for me, it's very important to do something different in my way, because this makes me also more happy. How I see a club, because I have a different idea, maybe you or another person. What I want to give the people when they go home, and how I bring them home with the music I played. And yeah, research.
Yeah.
Digging is the key of DJing.
Yeah.
If somebody's not digging, I hear that directly. And then I leave the room.
Great tips.
I mean, every sound has I say always, every sound on earth is important, because makes one person happy, is okay. But not everything makes me happy, so then I leave.
Yeah, it's so valid. Like, because it's so valid. Don't stay in and force, or like, you know, sometimes some things you shouldn't force, right? You also were into a little bit that you used to be an acrobat, with the acrobatics. Do you think, or like, what would you work with if you wouldn't, or if music wouldn't have been an option, do you think?
Something artistic auf jeden Fall. Painting, whatever.
Yeah.
It's also the questions of time, you know. Yeah, there are many things I could do also now, these days, you know, but I have no time at the moment. Let's see what comes.
Let's see what comes. Except if you could choose, like, because you mentioned that if you wouldn't be in Berlin, you would maybe live close to the ocean. If you would have a summer house somewhere in the world, and there's no, like, the distance isn't a problem. Like, you can get there within an hour, depending on wherever it is. Where do you think you would go or have?
It would be between Rome and Napoli.
Okay.
On the coast. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there something like, okay, so have you been there a lot?
No, but I like this area, and I know some places there. It's very beautiful there. The sea is nice. It's not so hectic. It's close where I'm working. It's not too far. I mean, there are so many, Iceland and Brazil, Colombia, India. The earth is so beautiful. New Zealand, Australia. I just played in Australia. It was just wow, you know, the sea, the city, Sydney, directly by the sea. But if I would choose now, I would say it would be because I love the food in Italy. I love the sea there a lot. It's a very beautiful, soft sea. And I love the plants there, all the flowers, and these little hills. I love the nature there a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm going this summer. I'm so excited. Okay, now we have come to the this or that section.
Oh, yeah.
It's either this or it's that. This is this or that.
FKK or bathing suit?
FKK.
Like a real German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up with FKK. I'm from Berlin.
I love it.
With my mom, we went always at FKK. Teufelssee, Wannsee.
Oh, sweet. Okay, daytime partying or nighttime?
Oh, that's difficult. I love daytime.
Same. Okay, Ibiza or Los Angeles?
Oh,
Ganya from Ibiza. we
Ibiza.
hear.
It's closer.
True, but you really enjoyed the ganja in Los Angeles, or like the smoke, the weed. But yeah, you can probably get it to Ibiza too.
Yeah. I go this week, and then on the weekend I'm going to LA, and I'm gonna buy some.
Perfect,
Bring them back here. Share with my friends.
lovely.
I give you some.
Rap or heavy metal?
Heavy metal.
Yes. Okay, was the techno better on the 90s or is it better today?
Today.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Yeah, that was obvious. Okay, Swedish House Mafia or Skrillex?
Oh, neither. Nothing. No, I can't decide. No,
It's not possible. Not even 0.1% better than the
I
other.
can't.
No.
This is
Okay, Berghain or Old Grisemühle?
old Griesmühle.
Oh.
No, also Berghain. It's
Yeah.
also not easy.
No, so they're they're
Okay, I
tricky
say
ones.
Berghain because the old Griesmühle is not there anymore. We have RSO.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. You found your way.
Yeah.
Okay, front row raver or dancing by yourself from a bit distance?
Again.
Like front row raver standing just in front of the booth or a little bit beside the crowd?
In front of the booth.
Yeah, yeah. Smoky Kneipe or cocktail bar?
Cocktail bar.
Yeah. Well, I like the smoky Kneipes, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's because we don't have them like in other places. They're closing down everywhere except here.
Yeah,
Like-
it's true. It's
It's
nice.
like a museum.
It's so stinky.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think about it when I drink my beers so much.
I mean, cocktail bar is also, which cocktail bar is cool in Berlin? It's difficult.
yeah.
There's, who? Which one?
No, there are some nice ones.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with names though.
Oh,
But-
okay.
But yeah, there are some nice ones. Yeah, but it's true. I like the environment more in old Kneipes, but sometimes
Yeah,
the
it's true.
cocktail, like I love to have a good cocktail.
Yeah, good
that's-
cocktail, margarita.
Oh, my margarita,
Yeah,
yes. Best one.
Good
Okay,
one.
Bloody Mary or margarita?
Yeah, Bloody Mary, you're right. Yeah, then smoky bars is right. There's more. There's one across SS36. It's really cool. Punk bar, old one.
Yeah.
You know this one?
No?
You go.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have to
it's
go.
really cool.
It's in, where did you say?
Across the street of SS36.
Ah, okay.
It's a punk bar, and all the punks go before drinking beer, and then they go to the concert. And this bar is really cool with all the stickers and
I love that. Yeah, the
Check it out.
energy. It's like the real deal. Okay, U8 or tram? The U-Bahn number 8 or tram? Tram or Airy.
Yeah, more area.
Vespa or a cabriolet?
Vespa.
Vespa, yeah.
Or it's also not easy.
No, but in Italy it's nice with the Vespa.
Yeah, with the
it
Vespa.
fits. Okay, this one is tricky. Balcony stream and lockdown again, or never playing vinyl again.
Na, balcony, never playing vinyl again is not possible.
Okay. No, we have an answer.
We find also another way to play our balconies. We will find another place.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Tinder or meeting at a bar?
Meeting at the bar.
Yeah. Then you can feel the energy better than from a photo.
Yeah, I need to always stay with the guys when I meet someone. First talk, very close. And if I feel energy, okay. If not, there's no energy, I don't date.
Ah, you stand close with them
Yeah.
because then you see.
Yeah, I stay close.
Yeah.
And then if there's nothing going on, because if there's something going on, I feel it on my skin. It's like, woo, woo. If it does not happen, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I need this to check first.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good tip. Yeah, it's something you don't think about. Sometimes I think. right? Sometimes you think you can read it in people's eyes, but it's more powerful with the energy,
I feel this more on my skin.
yeah. Okay, Indian food or pizza?
Oh, these questions.
Tricky.
Indian food.
Yeah?
Yeah. Even if I like Italy.
Thank you so much.
You're
This was
welcome.
lovely.
This was it for Playful Podcast this week, but please follow, subscribe, and listen to our next episode. And if you want to have a say about future artists or even ask your own question to one of our guests, follow us on Instagram and make sure to add your question when we lift our coming guests. Thank you so much for joining and see you next week.